shadows of secrecy. Underreported military and scientific experiments in an era of AI distortion. In an age where artificial intelligence increasingly shapes public perception of reality, the line between fact, fiction, and concealment grows perilously thin. A major 2025 study coordinated by the European Broadcasting Union and led by the BBC revealed a startling vulnerability. Leading AI assistants, such as OpenAI's ChatGPT, Microsoft's Copilot, Google's Gemini, and Perplexity, misrepresent news content in 45% of responses, with significant issues in accuracy, sourcing, and context. Evaluated across 14 languages and thousands of queries, the research found Gemini particularly prone to errors, 72% significant sourcing issues, while all platforms struggled with outdated information or fabricated details. This systemic distortion raises profound concerns when applied to sensitive topics like secret military and scientific experiments, where public oversight is already limited. AI tools, relied upon by millions for information, can amplify misinformation, bury ethical debates, or obscure ongoing programs under layers of algorithmic bias. Against this backdrop, a cluster of underreported initiatives spanning neuroscience, space dominance, covert communications, nuclear stewardship, historical reckonings, and emerging biohybrids illustrates the persistence of classified research with far-reaching implications for ethics, security, and human augmentation.
Central to many of these efforts is the U.S. Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA, whose INSPIRE program exemplifies the fusion of neuroscience and technology. Launched recently, INSPIRE challenges traditional digital models of brain function by exploring non-digital information storage and processing in neural systems. Building on prior DARPA neuroplasticity initiatives, it funds direct measurements of long-term synaptic changes during natural learning in animals, aiming to decode brain adaptation for neurotechnology and advanced AI. While publicly framed as foundational science, such work evokes ethical questions about dual-use potential, enhancing human cognition, or enabling brain-computer interfaces for military applications. Underreported amid broader AI hype, INSPIRE highlights how neuroscience advancements quietly inform next-generation systems.
This neurotech trajectory intersects with aerospace dominance in the U.S. military's X-37B spaceplane missions. The reusable, unmanned orbital test vehicle has conducted ongoing classified orbital experiments since its debut, with the 8th mission, OTV-8, launching in August 2025 on a SpaceX Falcon 9. Featuring a service module for expanded payloads, recent flights tested laser communications, quantum inertial sensors, and radiation effects on materials. Preceded by OTV-7's aerobraking maneuvers and high elliptical orbits in 2024-2025, these missions advance surveillance, materials science, and space resilience with minimal public disclosure. Complemented by the Silent Barker Network, a joint Space Force NRO constellation of geosynchronous satellites operationalizing in 2025-2026, these programs enhance monitoring of adversary spacecraft in GEO orbits, addressing threats from Russian and Chinese counterspace capabilities. Yet, their secrecy limits scrutiny of space militarization risks.
Covert operations extend to communications with DARPA's PWN-D2, Provably Weird Network Deployment and Detection Program, initiated in 2025. Funding unconventional AI and cryptography-enhanced networks resistant to surveillance, PWN-D2 develops weird emergent pathways for deniable signaling. Building on prior resilient anonymous communication efforts, it pairs software-defined networking with formal methods for provable privacy, aiding operations in contested environments or supporting dissidents under authoritarian regimes. Underreported, it underscores the escalation in information warfare tools.
Historical echoes persist in ongoing battles over Cold War-era experiments. Veterans of the 1950s-1970s Edgewood Arsenal tests, exposing troops to hallucinogens, nerve agents, and other chemicals, continue pursuing lawsuits and benefits. Recent 2024-2025 rulings affirm violations of due process through secrecy agreements, entitling survivors to retroactive compensation. Similarly, resurfacing discussions of Operation Sea Spray, 1950 bioaerosol releases over U.S. cities, linked to modern health claims, highlighting enduring accountability gaps. Nuclear stewardship remains opaque with resumed subcritical hydronuclear experiments at Los Alamos, verifying warhead reliability without full detonation. Amid debates over arms race escalation, these tests, distinct from banned full-yield explosions, receive scant media attention despite implications for stockpile maintenance.
Modernization of legacy platforms like the B-52 bomber proceeds quietly, with 2025 radar upgrades, AN APQ-188 ASO, and avionics enhancements extending service to 2050. Phased array systems improve stealth and electronic warfare, enabling integration with newer assets. The Air Force's Collaborative Combat Aircraft (CCA) program advances manned-unmanned teaming with prototypes like General Atomics YFQ-42A flying in 2025. Affordable AI-piloted drones will swarm alongside fighters for sensing, strikes, and decoys, disrupting traditional procurement. Finally, alleged DARPA-linked synthetic biology efforts merge robotics, AI, and living systems in biohybrids, e.g. hybrids program. Rumors of advanced integration for resilient platforms raise ethical concerns over human-animal testing and dual-use risks, often confined to specialized reports.
These initiatives, often buried beneath geopolitical headlines or distorted by AI summarization flaws, reveal a pattern: pursuit of strategic advantage through secrecy, with limited transparency fueling public distrust. The BBC study's findings that AI routinely misrepresents complex topics exacerbate this, as algorithmic outputs can downplay ethical dilemmas or amplify unsubstantiated claims. True oversight demands independent verification, robust governance, and recognition that technological leaps, while innovative, carry profound societal costs. In balancing security and accountability, the shadows of these experiments remind us that progress unchecked risks repeating history's darkest chapters.